folks. Just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised. And, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pox Van Zandt on YouTube.
Hello everybody. I'm here. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It is not Wednesday evening. Good morning, Lou. I'm slightly over caffeinated and I'm here for it. I'm drinking coffee. I just can't stop drinking out of this new coffee mug I made. It's super cool. You see this? You see this thing? I made this. You believe that? I know. I didn't make the cup, but I did all the design work, and we go to this little, one of those paint your own ceramic shops, and they see me coming and they're always like, what are you making today? What are you making me today? And they're all always excited to see what I come up with. So coffee mugs galore. I'm having fun with them. So I think I stumbled upon something we might, I don't know, you might see one on a Kickstarter. Never know. Let's see. Updates from Path of the Pale Rider. Gilbert has finished inking the last 2 pages of issue 5. So it's officially everything. All the pages are there. Matt Chambers is coloring this week, and I started lettering, and I always have to tweak, after Matt finishes the colors, some of the SFX and some of the cool stuff that goes in it. So I need to get my button gear and finish the riddle, because I've been working on it and I kind of took a break, and now I need to go back and really tackle that riddle. It's the concept is there. Everything has started. The image is on the back. I just need to dump the stuff into the, and when you figure it out and there's the thing is there. I'm really over caffeinated, but let me tell you, I am super excited to drink your tears this episode, because when you get into it, y'all are gonna hate me, but it's a good stepping off point for what's coming next, which is, of course, Controlled Chaos. I'm not nice to Jude St. Clair. He needs a vacation. We'll just put it that way. Anywho, I just want to remind you all that I am raffling off a copy of Pinocchia today. Good morning, Corissa. Hey, Corissa. Carissa's going to be on the show next week, everybody. So I got to update your intro. But if you are interested in owning a copy of the Unpopular Tales, volume number 2 of Pinocchia by Christian Douglas, who's also a friend of the show, just say I want to be part of the raffle, or just put raffle into the chat. I'll stick your name into the wheel and we will raffle it off today. I got a wheel of names right here that we use. It's blank right now. So if you want to be a part of the raffle, say raffle in the chat. We'll stick you in there. Whoever wins it will be getting this physical copy mailed to them in their mailbox. It's very post-apocalyptic. AI robots, all of that good stuff. I have a copy. I kept the one with the stickers. Oh, John Westhoff and Lou. Perfect. We'll get you in there. So, who's our guest today? You want to know? Of course, it's none other than Kevin Davis. Let's bring him in, everybody. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey.
Super excited to have you on the show, man. How are you?
I'm tired, but glad to be back.
We'll get you pumped up right now. Pops wants to be in on the raffle. Pops Van Zandt. He was like, I didn't get a copy of that.
You can add my name to the raffle.
You want to be in the raffle, Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Riddle me this, raffle me that. Who doesn't want free comics, man?
That's awesome.
So other than being tired, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I came in the studio an hour early because I forgot what time it was.
Oh shoot. Is that why you were messaging me? You were probably like, where is she?
Right. I was like, wait, I wanted to make sure I didn't come in late. So I was like, hour. I'm like, oh snap. I'm an hour early. Good Lord. Jesus Christ.
Carissa says, who's Kevin? Right, as if we don't know. Of course we know. Of course we know. Pop said raffle. So you've
Pop
been
said Arcfire too. Pop said Arcfire too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Carissa's with you. Better than an hour late.
That's true. That's true.
To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is to be left behind.
I was raised on that.
Yeah, maybe not an hour early. That's slightly excessive.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But at least it's like, I'm at the wrong time. Oh, I'm early. Okay. Then you can readjust. I was
like, let me get a Pepsi and wake myself up since I got an hour before I can go on the show.
I was like, coffee time. You're like, Pepsi time. Let's be honest.
It's like Pepsi. I was like, coffee does not help me. Pepsi kicks me right up. So yeah.
That's good.
So
my brother used to drink that Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh my God.
And I was like, are you crazy? Like,
oh Lord.
That's too much caffeine.
Not the Mountain Dew. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I feel like I am. Well, this is my 3rd cup of coffee, so who am I to say? So, so Kevin, just in case there's anybody watching that has not been exposed to Kevin Davis and Kevin Land and Kevin Company and Kevin Drinks and Kevin Beverages, why don't you tell them who you are, give us your origin story real quick and all the stuff that you've been working on, and then we'll catch up about where you are.
Well, my name is Kevin Davis. I've been in the comic industry for about 2 years now. I produce 3 comics, and I'm working on about my next 5. Um, I'm also an entrepreneur. I began writing because I was inspired by my mother when she allowed me to read her unpublished work, and so I started my own publishing company because I'm gonna publish her when she's ready. And I started my own publishing company because I don't trust people. So, if I'm gonna be honest,
I trust no one as well. So
yeah,
trust no one. But I mean, sometimes it's better just do it yourself.
yeah.
If you want it done right, do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, I did the research. I did like so much research, and I was like, yeah, I don't trust it. I'm just gonna figure out do it myself. So
then you start reading some of the contracts, you know what I mean? And it's like when you get into the nitty gritty, it's like, what do they want? What are they
yeah.
What is
I'm like,
Silverline? How long do they own this?
Right. I was like, yep, I'm good. Nope, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
So
But a lot of people don't have that drive to do that. It's like, I don't want to be a publishing company. Heck no. That's not something I would excel at. So kudos
it's
to you.
fun. I was like, at first I didn't even want to be in business.
Right.
Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. But I come from a family of business, so I kind of just fell in love with it. So it just happened. So yeah.
Sometimes it's how it goes. You just fall into, you know.
Oh yeah.
I never thought I would be writing comics either. You know, I was doing martial arts, and I was like, I didn't think that would lead to comics. And how it did.
Yeah, I legit hated writing like with a passion, and now I'm a writer. Yeah.
Mr. 4,000 ideas in 4 seconds?
Yeah. Before I became a productive person, I was very lazy. I was like very nonchalant. I'm still nonchalant, but I'm not lazy anymore. But yeah, I hated writing with a passion. But one of the biggest lessons I learned from my mom was that if the thing you hate the most is what you're good at. And I was like, darn it, the crap. I'm like, why did she have to tell me that? Because I hated writing, and it turns out I'm good at it. Good Lord.
Well, I think there's a difference between coming up with the idea and then executing the idea. You know what I mean? Like, Pops is a great idea, man. He's come up with some amazing ideas, and he's very like I'm thank Pops all the time because there's so many ideas that he's come up with that I've executed and that have worked well for me. But you know what I mean? There's a difference between the two.
Oh yeah,
so
most definitely.
It's hard when you come up with the idea and then you have to execute it, and you're like,
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely.
So, what keeps you so driven to tell these stories?
A lot of my characters and stories are, I say, based on my life, like inspired by my life. Because a lot of time,
yeah, keep back to work, Blue.
Right.
Go do some math. Sorry.
Because growing up, I was like, I deal with a lot of mental health issues, a lot of anger issues. I had those type of thoughts that I wanted to end it all, if I'm going to be honest. And what keeps me going is there are people that needs help. And so growing up, I figured out that I want to inspire people, and I want to like be like that friend that no one has, if that makes sense.
It does.
And so that's how. And my mom is. She's also my biggest inspiration because a lot that she's went through and how she keeps going and how she keeps pushing through the obstacles that she goes through. So I see that on a daily basis. So that also keeps me driven. And she helped me through my anger, especially like when I want to just punch the wall. But she taught me how to write, and so writing became my therapy. And I'm an all-time nerd, so even watching movies, watching TV shows, reading books, it's like that really, I guess, kickstarted my creativity because I want to tell my own stories.
Yeah.
And and like and also I got tired of so many reboots and like unoriginality in Hollywood. So and it's like I want to create something I want to see for myself,
Yeah.
and I want to
That's
create my own world.
That's such a hot topic right now. It resonates with me as well. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's reboot, sequel, prequel, rehash, everything. And
Hmm.
I think, Hollywood is fundamentally different, I think, because of streaming. They lost that revenue from the second release of the Blu-ray and DVD. So they're a lot less, they don't want to take risk. They want the built-in audience to come with the property. I interviewed someone last week where he had written an animation, like a kid's, it was like Scooby-Doo, it was Danger Squad, and it's on Kickstarter right now. Super
Okay.
cute. And he said that he had taken it to a streaming service and he got
Oh.
all the way up to the top CEO, like it had been green light, green light, green light, and it went through all these hoops. It got to the very top. He had a meeting with the CEO that would green light the project, right? And he was like,
Mhm.
"This story is incredible. I really like what you guys have done with it. What book is it based off of?" And the guy, said, "It's the great thing is it's all original. It's never been done before." Right? And you would
Mm.
think that would be a selling point,
Right.
and it stopped production. The guy
What
was
the
like,
world?
yeah, and that's so frustrating. He was like, "Oh, it's not based off of a book. We can't move forward because unless it comes with its own audience, it's hard for us to promote it." And so he had to go backwards. So now he's making comics to sell the idea that was passed off by a see what I mean? So now he has
Yeah.
to go back but his ultimate goal is to animate it. But that's proof of what we've been saying. They will not take a chance on an original idea unless that
Mm.
audience comes with it. So you have to put in the work yourself before they'll even. How frustrating is that? I don't want more reboots.
Right. Right. And I've seen like so many people commenting saying they want original. I'm saying, well, you have to support original if you want original.
Yeah,
I was like, they keep making these reboots and sequels. It's because that's where the money is. And
because
like they tried to bring out something original, but it bombed at box office. So they're gonna keep doing because you don't support it.
right.
I'm like, if you want original, you have to support it.
I was to the point because I was at a Comic-Con this weekend where that's what I was doing to get people to my table. I would say, "Are you tired of reboots and sequels and prequels?" And they were like,
Right.
"Yeah." And I was like, "Let me tell you about my story that's original, and you're not going to find it out in Hollywood land." And then when you
Right.
start talking to people and they find you, it's like, "Wow, this is great. This is an original idea. I'm so glad that I stopped." You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
we need more of that. You have to support indie. Lou says, "My mother taught me how to kick ass, and that actually saved my life." So moms rock, yeah.
Most
Um,
definitely. Most definitely.
um, I plan on teaching my kids how to kick ass too when they're old enough. They don't have the attention span right now.
Ah.
You had me at tired. Oh my God. Yeah, we're all tired of the reboots and rehashes
Yeah.
and everything. So,
Most definitely.
but I like the message that's behind your book. So that's kind of the thing that ties them all together is that mental health issue,
Mhm.
writing is therapy. It's that I think I'm that way too because I have those. I mean, look at my story. It's pretty dark. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is. It
We,
is. It
yeah,
is.
we have dark thoughts, but if we channel them into something creative, that becomes that
Mhm.
outlet to get it out, and we can
Oh
sleep
yeah.
at night.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Unless you're like me, being up like 5 o'clock in the morning writing, and then don't go to sleep till like 6. So
I think a lot of us are. I get my very best ideas when my brain is half awake.
yeah, me too.
Is that you?
Yeah, I'll be
I
up
don't
like 5 o'clock in the morning at most, and probably don't fall asleep till like 6. Sometimes, sometimes it's earlier than that, like 4 or 3.
yeah.
So my sleep schedule is way off.
Hey, it's Glenn. Glenn. I think I'm gonna turn your name into a song. How about that? Catchy, right?
Oh
Um,
man, I was like, last night was the first time I went to bed early because I remember I'm on this show today. So
I have to get some sleep. I don't wanna sleep past the
yeah,
show. So I
yeah,
appreciate that. For me, it's like
most
I can
definitely.
go to sleep, but then I'm up at like 3 or 4 o'clock. Just I'm up, and I started keeping a notebook. Do you have a notebook next to your bed?
I have multiple.
Yeah,
I was like, I have multiple notebooks,
yeah.
and then I save it on my phone, and I save it on my laptop and my iPad. So it's saved everywhere, just so I can remember.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have multiple notebooks I made myself, just to remember which universe I'm writing about at that moment. Because I'm doing like multiple universes.
Yeah,
Each universe is connected, but they're different. You know, if that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely.
Like it's a connected universe, but each story is going to be different. It's not going to be like Marvel, where it's like one massive same thing. Um, Universe that's kind of like coming together for like a big event. At least not right now, because yeah, not right now. I keep each story separate from each other.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah. As I might do a bit adventure crossovers between my comics, but right now I'm just doing them standalone.
Well, and I mean, that makes sense. You need to develop the characters before they interact, otherwise we don't care.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like how the Marvel developed each one separately. They did 3 movies, 2 or 3, and then they had the characters interact. As opposed to
Yeah.
like Justice League, they threw them all together and we were like, we don't get it. You know
I
what I
was like,
mean?
who are these people?
Yeah, like why do we care? Like we
Yeah,
know the characters, but like you haven't spent the time developing their movie and
exactly.
actors' portrayal of that. And so when you throw them all together, it was less of a, oh, look what they're gonna do. Like we had with first Avengers, where we're
Yeah.
like, Tony Stark just called whatchamacallit, Hawkeye Legolas and like flew him up to the roof. Like that was hilarious, right?
Yeah, that was
Hey,
funny.
Nem. Hi,
And
Nem.
like, and also we knew the villain too. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah,
understand Thanos. And like, I'm like,
right.
who the hell is Darkseid?
Right. We didn't know, right? And I mean, like
Like,
they've been building up
yeah,
Thanos in the credit scene, and we
yeah,
knew Loki. Like we were familiar.
oh
We were
yeah,
excited to see them all interact.
oh
Hey,
yeah.
Nem and George, I am raffling off a comic book today. If you are interested in being part of the raffle for Unpopular Tales, it's Pinocchia by Christian Douglas. Just say raffle in the chat and I'll put your names in so we can get you to be
Hey,
part
what's
of the
up,
raffle.
George?
Hey, I know that dude, man.
Hey, what's up, George?
That was Dante. Dante showed up on the show today, everybody. We have some weird crossover moments between this show and the Karen show, like when I nerd out about coffee and I feel like I should wear the wig.
Oh man. Oh
Raffle,
wow.
raffle. You said it twice, George.
Actually, Laurie,
Yeah.
I popped into a show that he was on last night in the
Oh.
chat and asked, "Hey man, where's your
Where's my
man?"
wig?
So, well, some things will never go away.
Oh
Yes,
my god.
remember that.
No, George,
Yeah.
that's cheating. We're not doing that. No.
We are creating lore, and this stuff's never gonna go away. I love it.
Kevin, you should come on the Karen show.
Oh Lord. I'm gonna need some
No.
extra caffeine for that.
She'll eat you alive. So
I know. I watched the one with George. I was like, Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, George?
poor
I
George.
was like, oh man.
So exhausted by the time
That's
that
like,
show is over.
like that's why I commented as a rest in peace to George. Like my brother was too young to go.
I felt like that one moment where he was just like, it's like that sums it up.
Oh,
Where he was
man.
just like, I'm trying. God help me.
When I tell you I was crying my eyeballs out, I was like, oh my god.
Yes, we should do
Oh
this,
man.
Glenn. Yeah. When you plan to come to Dallas, you let me know. We'll meet up.
And I was like, I'll come on that show in 2025. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, that one's every other week. So because there's some
Okay.
recording that goes on with that one. So we'll have to plan. We'll
All
have to
right.
plan it. So
Got you.
absolutely. Yes, Glenn. That will be fun. I love meeting people in person that I've seen on shows. Like it's almost surreal. I got to meet a couple people. I got to meet George. I got to meet Tom Hutchinson. And of course, like the people that are here in Texas, I've gotten to meet most of them. But isn't it weird? It's like this is what you really look like in person.
Definitely.
Like
most
Kevin, I
definitely.
see you from like here up every day. I was like, I don't really know how tall you are. How tall are you?
I'm only like 5'6".
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
only 5'6". Like, don't worry,
Leah.
I'm not a giant. I'm only like 5'6".
Sometimes that happens, man. It's incredible. When you meet somebody, I'm like, you are way taller than I thought. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
Hey,
George.
Leah.
He was there. Christian was at New York Comic Con.
Christian
He's one
was,
of our
yeah.
sponsors. He's an awesome dude.
Oh, I am raffling off. Here.
Make it big.
This is Pinocchia by Christian Douglas. He's been on the show a couple times. So like Leah, this is what I was trying to show you. If you want to be a part of the raffle, just say raffle in the chat and I'll put you in there.
And that's the same goes for you people over on Pilled.
Yeah, if anybody is interested, you let me know if you would like
Rumble.
to win a free comic. I'll ship it to you. So I already put George in the raffle. Give me a break.
Watch it on Rumble or Pilled or anywhere else,
Yeah, okay,
or
Leah.
Twitter, whatever. Just drop in the chat. I'm watching. I'm watching. Yep.
Nem, did you say raffle? I didn't see you. So if you, I don't want to miss anybody, but let me know. Put George in the raffle. He's not in the raffle yet. That would be funny if George was in there like 6 times. So last time, there we go. All right. Last time we had Kevin on the show, he was working on 7 comics. Right?
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
Hey, Chris.
Like pretty much, yeah.
So now you have 3 that are published.
Yeah.
And you have 5 more. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and this one's my most recent one.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, the Skin Shifter.
Yeah. Yep, this is my most recent one. Can you see it?
Yeah, flip through a few pages. I don't spoil the ending, but it reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's kind of like the gist of it.
Yeah.
But if you like shape shifting type of characters.
Nice.
And like alter egos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna show. Hold on. Where's my favorite scene that I wrote? This is one of my favorite scenes that I wrote.
What's going on?
Yeah.
That looks like Contagious.
Oh, hold on. It gets better.
Oh yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I would like to keep my skin on my body. That is fine. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, so Skin Shifter is based on my novel Jackal Bunny.
Okay.
So if you like shape-shifting alter ego stories, that's what this is. Because the villain name is Sabrina Jackal, but she has an alter ego called the Jackal Bunny.
Yes.
So that's why you see
the bunny,
Sabrina and Jackal Bunny, and this is her alter ego.
All together, scary.
Yeah. So the story takes place where it's a college student named Amaya Fitzgerald, trying to live her normal life, just trying to find who she is and just live life. But for some reason, this Jackal Bunny is coming after her, and the deeper lore is that Jackal Bunny was actually sent from a demon from hell called the Corpus Fiend.
Okay.
But the question keeps like, why does he want her so freakishly bad? Like, why does he want her soul so freakishly bad?
Right.
It's like, does she have some type of power? Is she some type of being that we don't know about? So that's I want you to ask those questions when you read the story. It's like, who the hell is this chick, and why the hell does he want her so bad?
Yeah.
I was like, I already know I already know how I'm going to end it. I'm already mapped it out. I'm going to end it. But yeah, so I'm turning my first book into a comic series, about 6 issues maybe. So this is issue 1.
Yeah.
I'm writing up the next issues, and I'm just translating from my novel to script, so it's very easy. Of course, I'm going to tweak it a bit from the book because I'm going to add like a little bit more to the comic that's not in the book, and then
Gotcha.
I'm working on book 2 of Jack and Bunny at the same time as well.
All right. Oh my gosh. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, last time Kevin was on, I was just amazed how many different things he's able to multitask, because he's not just working on comics, he's working on novels, and he's working on merchandise, and he's on everybody's show. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. So I just wanted to, here we are. These are the 3 that are out currently, and then he'll be filling this page up really soon, which is what is so cool to watch, where it's like maybe you have 1 there and then it's like 2, 3, 4, and it's just going to grow. But
And
here's
you scroll
this is
down,
the
you can see
website.
some upcoming books too.
Yeah. So I just want to show people this is where I'm at if you want to follow along. Follow along with the class, everybody. Here's Jackal Bunny, which is, that cover is terrifying and thought-provoking. Like, what is this thing in the bottom right corner? Like, seriously, what is this? What is that? I'm concerned, right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
it's thought-provoking, and yeah, and I'm like, look at
yeah.
this merchandise, footwear coming soon. Like, this is, yeah, Arcfire 2, which I need to see because that's where my character makes an appearance, right? In the second one.
No, you see her in the first one, but
You-
you're gonna learn the story of her in part 2.
Gotcha. Sorry, I scroll fast. Terminus Corvac City. Like, this looks terrifying.
And those 2 characters are actually the artists that's doing the comic.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Kevi?
yeah, Kevi.
Kevi. It's like G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, basically,
Kevi
yeah,
Joe. You need Joe
Yeah.
under there. Kevi Joe.
yeah,
Oh, look who's on this one, George Medina.
yeah.
Yeah.
George is
Good
going to be doing
morning.
doing the lettering on Kevi.
Nice. He's a pretty good letterer, I would like to say. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is.
Teasing you, George. All right, so that was Skin Shifter. So Skin Shifter and Jackal Bunny, that dark, skin shifting, demonic.
Yeah,
What's Havoc about?
Havoc is another demonic character. This story. This actually was a joke at first.
Why?
Because my friend business, his business name is called Havoc Indie Props, and he does like props for like movie studios. And I
Oh,
love the name Havoc so much. I said, dude, I can legit make a comic series out of your name Havoc. And he said, do it. I was like, Jesus.
all right, here I go. Like, I know you're not the one to just be like challenged. You're like, you say, oh, okay, and now I got to do it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to start making jokes. But the character name is Aries because my friend name is Aries. He likes to go by Aries. So that picture, so Aries is him and his wife in the story are awoken by some idiot friends, and they wreak havoc on London.
Gotcha.
And so Aries and his wife are eating souls of people to try to get their youth and stay young and stuff.
I feel like that's how every horror movie starts, where it's like the idiot
Yeah.
children are like, hey, and then they bet each other to do something, and then they do it, and then
Yeah.
havoc ensues.
Oh yeah.
So this is volume 1. There'll be volume 2, volume 3. How far does this one go?
So this story is actually each book is gonna be this is an anthology actually. So each Havoc is gonna be a different story. Yeah. So each Havoc is gonna be a different story, and there's also gonna be a different artist on each story. So you're gonna see different art styles for each Havoc story.
Gotcha. How many pages are in the volume?
So this one's about 50 something.
Wow.
Yeah, 50 something.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I might probably stick like 50 as well, because it's just one standalone story for each one. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting better at this, but I'm terrible at telling short stories. I'm with you where it's like Path of the Pale Rider is pretty big.
Yeah.
So when they're like, you have 12 pages, and I was like, how do I?
Yeah. I was like, Jack of Bonnet issue 1 was originally I was gonna do like 60 pages.
Yeah.
I was like, never mind. I'm gonna shorten it down to 30.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then save the other one for the issue 2, issue 3. And so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we have these ideas coming in, and then, you know, you get into the semantics of like, how do we pace it? How do we format it? And then how much is it going to cost to produce these things? And it's like, maybe I should cut some pages.
Yeah.
It's
Most
hard.
definitely.
And
So
then
I have a goal when I get to a certain number of issues, then I'm gonna put them together as one big paperback. Then that'll be I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it that way. When I get to a certain number of issues, if you don't want to buy them singles, just buy the hardcover,
yeah,
the trade back. There you go. You get all the full story there. So yeah.
that's my idea too. I think that's a sound plan where it's like individual issues so you can get like the floppies. And then
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
doing every 4 issues is the soft trade. And then when we get to
Nice.
12, I'll put them all together and I'll probably do a hardcover. And then eventually when
Nice.
we get all of those, I might do an omnibus. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well,
107 by that time. So
yeah, I was like Havoc. Yeah, Havoc is already Hawaii 1 is a paperback and a hardcover already.
really?
Yeah, so that's why when you click on Havoc, you see 2 different covers.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the red version.
I mean, look,
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the hardcover is the red. Is this cover, and the paperback is the blue
Is
one.
the blue?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
That makes sense. I love your website too. It has all the bells and whistles. Pay with PayPal, everybody. Add to cart. You can check out there. You got your cart here. You can sign in, search. It's very nice. Dude, websites are the worst. Let's be honest. Managing websites.
But they're very helpful though.
They are if you can, I don't know, use them the right way.
True.
I usually ignore mine, and then I'm like, get annoyed, have to go fix it all.
Yeah, I'm like, I started on a crowdfunding, then it got stressful. I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna just make my own freaking website. It'll be way easier for me.
So are you gonna crowdfund future projects, or are you thinking just really?
I'm still gonna crowdfund them, but
Yeah.
just starting out, I'm gonna use my website. Because if you don't see my website, you can get it from here. Kickstarter, Indiegogo, fund my comic, or my website. You come from the same place, so either way you can get it. It's like same shipping pace, same play where it's coming from me. So if you miss it here, you can get it from here. So yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
that
also,
is important. Go ahead.
and also you can get it on Barnes and Noble as well. Because Arcfire issue 1 is on Barnes and Noble, and Skin Shifter is on Barnes and Noble.
Dang.
And Havoc is on Barnes and Noble. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So yeah.
This is where I'm so impressed with you, where it's like you don't do anything half-assed, where it's like, yeah, I made a book. You're like, I made a book and it's everywhere.
Yeah. 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 I'm like, when I'm doing projects, I like to go full throttle.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anybody to miss it. So if you miss it here, it's over here too. So you can go anywhere. So if you don't see it on my website, don't worry, go to Barnes and Noble. Or
Right.
I don't really like Amazon. That's why I haven't put them. I haven't put them on Amazon because I don't like Amazon like that. But I might put them on there eventually. But right now they're get on my nerves.
Right. And I tried Amazon, but I was trying to, set it up through my business, and they were like, send us your business documents. I'm like, sent, and they're like, send us your biggest business documents. I'm like, what? I send them. I said, okay, send them again. And then they were like, can you please send us your business documents? And I was like, what are you looking for? Like, I've already sent you everything twice. So I sent them a third time. And then they were like, "Can you please send us your business documents?" And I was like, "F this."
Yeah, so I'm like, I am tired of
Yeah.
Amazon, and
And
I
they were
don't
like,
like the,
"Well,
and I did not like you guys printing either. So it's
no,
like,
is it?"
yep, gotta go.
It's janky. That's hard too when you have a specific vision for your book and you want it to be a certain quality, and it's just
Mhm.
like you said, you can't trust people. Can't trust them. So,
Oh yeah.
what's tell people what Arcfire is about. Heck yeah, man.
So Arcfire is a character named Theo Arcfire. Where the story takes place where he wakes up in a science lab facility with no type of memory of who he is or where he's from. So this story is I call it like a coming of age story of discovering who you are. Is basically the message I'm trying to put out there. Is like discover who you are and don't try to be someone you're not.
Yeah.
Um, so when you read Arcfire, his what was I say? Yeah, he doesn't know who he is, and he has
Right.
powers, but he doesn't know how far his powers go. And so in issue one, you see him waking up in the science lab. He's beating the crap out of everybody because he's confused. He's just like, he's confused. He's angry. He's like, work. I need help. Basically, he's like, I need help. I don't know who the hell I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's been out for a while, so I'm just gonna say the ending. At the end of issue one, he gets contacted by a wolf spirit,
Oh.
um, letting him know that you're not alone and I'm here to help you. And your character, Carissa's character, they're called. I call them the the witch sisters. I forgot the official name. I call them. They come in as villains because they're trying to take Arcfire's power. But
Oh.
we're not. But when you see in like the next issues, you're actually going to learn their lore. Turns out they're actually not villains. They was manipulated. So I'll put that detail out when the next issues come out. I was like, these characters are actually not the actual villains. They actually were manipulated, and you're gonna find
Mhm.
out the actual true villain later on in issues coming soon.
Well, and you never
Um,
know, like, powers can be even though he doesn't know the capability of his powers, like, there could be
mhm,
something about that power that maybe they don't want to see in the world, and once he figures it out, it
mhm.
could you never know, it could be like an atomic bomb, it could kill everybody, and so for
Yeah,
them to
it's
try and take
possible.
the power could be that motivation of, "We're trying to save people by getting rid of this,"
Yeah,
temptation.
it's
I don't know.
possible.
I'm just
And
I'm
that's
just throwing that
and
out there, I don't write this, I'm just guessing.
and as the story goes, in issue two, you're gonna meet a vampire, another witch.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I'm just keep it right there for now. You get what
Yeah,
issue
yeah, I was
two?
like, don't
Yeah.
spoil too much, yeah.
Well, you're gonna meet vampires. You're gonna be meeting different type of characters. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have some different type of creatures coming in, and so I'm having a blast writing the series. Um, I'm planning. My idea is like about 15 issues,
Yeah.
and like probably like when I hit like 5 issues, then I make them a trade back, and then I start the next 5 trade back, and to break them up like that.
Yeah.
I'm writing and rewriting issue two because I'm like, that might be confusing. Let me tweak it. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, that's weak. Let me make that a bit more impactful. So I'm going back and forth between issue 2 and 3 because at first I thought about, I'm like, should I make issue 2 a double issue? It's like, nah, it's too
Oh,
early. I was like, that's too early. I'll wait till I get like issue 5, make it a double issue maybe.
yeah.
So I split issue 2 into issue 2 and 3.
Mhm.
So issue 1 is about 20 something pages. Issue 2 is gonna be about 30. Issue 3 about 30, and so yeah.
It's funny because when we're writing, we have an intention of it being an issue, but then when you start looking at how the layout's gonna go in the pages and you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like, some moments need more time, some moments need less time.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but, when I write, I think, visually. So I'm, like, watching the movie of it play in my head, right?
that's me. That is
Is
definitely
it?
me.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
I'm a visual learner. So
me
that's how
too.
I like when I'm writing. I'm like, okay, I see what I want to do, but how should I break it up into parts to make it make
Right.
sense? And
But
so I
the
was like,
funny thing is, it's like when you think visually like you and I do, and then
mm,
but we're not just visually, it's audio, right? So we're seeing it play in our
mm,
head. But when it's
exactly,
on a
yeah,
2D and it's like there's no sound and the moments
yeah,
hit differently, you have to
oh yeah,
tweak it so that way the moments hit right. So it
mm,
might be way different. I was just talking with George about going on his show where we're gonna deep dive into path. And I have an example of the script, and the things that
mm,
I was writing that I thought were gonna be important are not what's important on the when we actually did the comic. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like, it's weird how
oh
that
yeah,
translates.
oh yeah,
So,
most definitely. And that's like when I'm working with George on Kevi, I was like, I'll get to the letter in a minute, but I need to make sure that I'm actually confident with the story first.
yeah.
Especially with the artwork. I was like, I might need to tweak the lettering a bit so so it can fit all the art pages. I think
Yeah.
so. I'll keep you. I'm like, George, give me a minute. I'll keep you updated. I was like, I need to tweak some things to make sure your lettering can fit on the page. And
Mhm.
because I'm like, I don't want to put too much to make it look um like claustrophobic or messy.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, because like the artists see it differently than you sometimes when they read the script. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Let me rewrite the lettering parts and to make it make sense to George before I send it off to him.
Yeah.
So that's literally how yeah, but yeah, that's literally how I am. I'm like, I know what I want, but I'm like breaking it down. It's like, how can I break it down to not make it messy?
Well, then it's always
And it's like,
our we're always trying to make it more concise. Like, take 2
yeah,
sentences and make it 1. So, not
yeah,
only will it fit better, but it hits harder. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, it's hard to do, and,
most
that's why
definitely,
editors are so helpful. Like, I don't know how
most
many
definitely.
times Rachel has been like, "I know what you're trying to say." She's like, "What if you say this?" So it's just
Mm,
like I said, the 2 sentences make it 1, and it's like, okay, now it communicates what I was trying to do, but with less space, so I'm not covering art. Because it's like, I feel so
oh
bad when artists spend all this time putting panels together, and I'm just like, "You have to take all that out because I gotta put words there."
yeah,
Or you cover it, and it's like,
oh
I don't
yeah,
wanna do that.
oh yeah,
So, you just gotta tweak it.
oh
Tweaking,
yeah.
constant tweaking.
Constant tweaking but it's part of the job
Yeah.
because you know what you want, but you want to make sure that it makes sense and not
Mhm.
looking like it's a Hollywood movie. Kidding. Uh,
Ah, ah. Just
like
like
the crow.
stick it in there and twist it. Oh, the crow, don't even.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
The
god,
crow.
yeah. Yeah. We're not
Again,
gonna talk about
reboots that
that.
nobody asked for. Who is
Dude,
that movie for?
man, I watched that movie. 2 hours of my life was so incredibly wasted. I'm just like, what in the hell am I watching?
Right.
I was like, I know it's another adaptation of the comic, but
So
the villain sucked. He was pointless. Like, Bill, you're cool. The makeup is trash. Uh, I was like,
yes, continue.
I was like, you put an eye on your nipple? Like, what the hell? Like, what? It's like, I was like, I should not be paying attention to this much detail in a freaking movie.
Can you imagine? That would have freaking hurt.
It's like, oh my god. And I was like, okay. Like the gore, it was overhyped. I was like, yeah, the gore was fine. I was like, it's like the action sequence, like it was very
Yeah,
overhyped.
but do
I'm
you
like,
go to see The Crow for gore? Like,
no, I didn't,
oh,
because
you
I
go
know
see Terrifier.
because
That's gore.
that movie's hilarious. Because I know the backstory, because I know the backstory of the author who wrote Crow. So I was like, okay, the original actually felt like a love story. This one just feels like, I don't know what the hell it feels like, honestly.
A mistake.
Yeah. I was like, the chemistry it's interesting. I think. Um, yeah, no. I'm
See,
not
I don't
rewatching
see
this.
movies. I don't see movies. I usually wait for like people like yourself and like Tom Hutchinson to go see movies and
Uh,
because you guys have time to do that and you post what you think about it on social media. And because
yeah,
I just don't have the time. So I usually wait to see what other people are saying.
yeah.
Unless it's something I'm really interested in and I'm like, I need to be there. Like
Mhm.
Deadpool Wolverine. I knew I wanted to see it.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
hey,
love
Tom.
that movie.
You know, you speak of the devil and he appears.
Oh no!
Ah.
You, it might just like Beetlejuice. It said multiple times he appears.
Tom Hutchinson. Nope, it didn't work.
Oh no!
But yeah, but
Oh
that's I mean,
no!
like, you guys consistently go see things and give your honest opinion, and that's what I wait for. Because I like I said, I don't got time to see movies, so it's like
Yeah,
I just
uh, like I
see the
read
pros
people's
and
reviews. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm like I read people's reviews. I'm just like interesting. As especially when they get overhyped, I'm just like interesting.
right, and that's a problem
And
too.
I was like, did not watch it. I was like, why the hell are they
Oh,
overhyping this movie?
I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh boy,
You guys take one for the
oh
team too. Like I feel like the two of you are like, I went and saw this. Like I know everybody said it was terrible and trash, but I went and saw it anyway to get my own opinion. And
yeah. I was like,
oh look, I was waiting for Carrie to show up. Kevin. You didn't tell your
I'm
secret agent
sorry.
you were going to be on Laurie's. Ha ha ha.
See, what happened was I signed up months ago, then I forgot.
This is everybody on my show. I feel like it.
But
You know
luckily
what?
I get it. But luckily I get an email to remind me, and then Laurie texts me. So it's like, oh shit, damn it.
Well,
I need to go.
I always reach out to people to remind them. Yeah, it was. I had a great experience. Um, The funniest part, though, was the guy that was next to us. His daughter was selling candles, but he was dressed up as Walter White, and he was
Wow.
walking
Okay.
around with, like, bags of blue crystals and buckets of El Pollo Loco, just
Well,
with
that
stuff in
okay.
it, but it was so funny. He was a blast. We made a TikTok together because he was so funny.
That's amazing. That's
Go
amazing.
sit in the naughty corner. I'm
Oh
moving.
man, but I'm sorry. But yeah, Joker 2. Oh Lord Jesus, Joker 2.
Another
Mm.
movie, I will never see it. I don't have any
Oh,
desire to I was one of the few people that really didn't enjoy the first one. I was like, "What is the point of this? I don't get it." Everybody loved it, and I
I
was like,
the if
"Did you like the first
oh
one?"
yeah, I thought it was decent because I looked at the message behind it. Because I think
Okay.
the thing they was trying to do is showing about mental health. They're showing mental health. How
Yeah.
you mistreat somebody, they act like this, and then they basically build a cult, and that I'm like that literally happens a lot of
Well,
times.
that's how the
That's why I liked it. That's
that
why I liked the message behind it.
it's scary about how, real cults are started
Mhm,
like that, where it's like these people obviously have mental problems and they really just need help. And a lot of
mhm,
these modern cults are mental health plus substance abuse, and
mhm.
that's how they're a thing. It's
Yeah,
really interesting.
that's why I enjoyed the first one because I can see the message behind what they was trying to tell.
Carrie,
Um,
who is Walter White? Have you not seen Breaking Bad? Go watch Breaking Bad. You go sit in the naughty corner now.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, how dare you ask who Walter White is? Oh my god. But Joker 2, at first I hated
Yeah.
it. But then listening to other people's views, seeing from a deeper level about it, I was like, it's another thing about mental health. And a friend of mine who recently saw it, she's talking about she liked it because it shows like the inside of a mental health person's head. Like that's why it's like a musical because you know how people minds like go, like astray. It's like to escape the world. So I'm like, what's a different perspective of it? Like this one, I just went in with a closed mind because I was like, I don't, I'm like, I'm not that big on musicals.
Yeah, I think
So that's
that's the
also,
problem with it. It was like you either
uh,
like musicals or you don't, and it's hard to put a musical into a
yeah, I'm just
true
like,
musical where they're singing and dancing, not, like Deadpool where he was dancing around killing people with
yeah,
Wolverine skeleton to NSYNC. That's different.
yeah, like,
Um,
granted, yes, I like High School Musical from like Disney, but I don't watch musicals like that all the time.
Dude,
Uh,
there was an episode of The Boys that did that, where someone was imagining
yeah,
something and it was a
yeah,
musical and they were dancing, and I was like, it was good for the first 2 minutes, but then it went on for
mhm,
another 5 to 7 minutes, and I was like, "Okay, I'm
yeah,
done with this. Like, can we move on from
yeah.
this musical moment?" I feel
Oh
bad.
yeah.
So,
I was like that. It sounds like seeing it from a different perspective. I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand it now.
Carrie,
They never appealed to you. How dare you?
yes, go to the naughty corner. Think about what you just said. Um
You mean?
Breaking Bad is one of the series that you compare your series to because it was
Oh yeah.
so well put
It
together, and it
so
was one
well
of those,
written. Oh my god.
right? And it had an ending. So you know that the end
Yeah.
that they came up with the beginning and the ending, and every
Oh
episode
yeah.
moved them towards that ending because of the fan payoff, the conclusion, everything wrapped together so nicely. And when they ended it, everybody felt so great about that series.
Mm,
And it's like you always compare your stuff to either are you lost, like the series
mhm.
Lost, where your ending just sucks because you didn't put thought into it, or are you Breaking Bad? You know what I mean?
Oh
Like, those
yeah.
are the 2
Oh
that are,
yeah.
like, opposite side of the spectrum. By the way,
And
hey,
then you
everybody. Hi,
and
Grey
then you have
Wolf.
what's up,
Hey,
Grey
Matt.
Wolf?
Hey, Matt.
What's up,
Matt.
Matt?
What's
And
up,
then you
man?
have Game of Thrones that just threw crap
That's
together
right.
and
So they're,
just.
like, on the spectrum with Lost, where it's like,
I'm
they
sorry,
just
you are some sexist assholes.
what?
I was like, how the heck you build this entire story, make like a woman's about to take over just to kill her off, sleep with her nephew, then put a disabled kid as king. I was like, the what? That makes no freaking what?
No. I
I
think
was like,
Game of Thrones was something different where they just, they were like, "We're moving on." Because remember they got a contract to do Star Wars stuff from Disney. That's what
God,
happened. The showrunners were like, "We're leaving."
yeah, I heard about that. Okay.
And so they just threw crap together and they were like, "And we're done." But it's like they did so great up until like the Battle of Winterfell. That was
Oh yeah,
amazing.
that
But then
was awesome.
everything
Like,
after that was like,
it
"What are
just
we
fell
watching?"
apart. It fell apart.
Yeah.
And then I heard that Star Wars got scrapped.
They did
Um,
because they did such a crap job. They were like, "If this is how
yeah,
you're gonna treat your series on the way out, why would we hire you?"
yeah. And then I found out they did the show Three Body Problems on
Ouch.
Netflix.
3 Body Problem?
Yeah, on Netflix. It's a new
I haven't
show.
seen it. I've heard it's
Oh
good,
my
but I didn't have time
oh my God.
to watch that one.
When I heard they wrote it, I was skeptical. I was
Yeah.
very skeptical. But when I watched it, I was like, who the hell is these guys? Why do they do this type of thing? I
You're
was
like,
like,
"This
because
is what it is."
it's like this show is actually very compelling and it's a really good message too. I'm like, so who the hell is these guys compared to the ones that wrote Game of Thrones, where it's the same guys? Like this one, it felt
Yeah.
like they actually took time and wrote this. I'm saying, because I'm like asking questions. I'm like, what's happening next? I was like, sweet Jesus. I'm like, I'm so glad they got renewed for season 2 and 3. I'm like, thank God we're going to finish the story. I was like, because I want more. I was like, I was very shocked. But yeah, Three Body Problems on Netflix. I
Um,
think you will really love. It's science
yeah.
fiction. It's science fiction. It has a lot of lore. I would say it's aliens basically.
Gotcha, okay.
It's about
I'll
aliens.
check it
So,
out.
but yeah, it's a really good show. I
I
love
hope
it.
they learn their lesson though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
don't treat
Yeah.
property so with such disregard where it's just like,
Oh
"Ah, we're
yeah.
done. We're moving on. Screw you, Game of Thrones. We're on to Disney." And it's just
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
you don't get that Disney money when you don't stick the landing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
they effed up the landing. Everybody was mad.
Yeah.
By the way,
But
great
hell,
chat
but,
or great chat. Grey Wolf, Matt Campbell, if you would like to be a part of the raffle, say raffle in the chat and we will add you to the wheel of spinningness and you could possibly win a copy of Pinocchia Volume 2 by Christian Douglas. Hey, just want to make the aliens. I'm in. Yeah, me too.
yeah, Three Bottom Problem is legit about aliens
What's up, Mission?
taking over the world.
Hey, where have you been, man? Nice to see you. Mission Smith, by the way, was part of Coattail Collective when I first started back in Detroit. So
Oh
the
wow,
person,
nice.
yeah, I was like,
That's
nice
what's
to see
up.
you, man. It's been a while.
That's awesome.
Nice to have. I have a
I
chair.
have a
Yeah,
choice.
you need to put a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. Or wait, no, you have Three Body Problem. Breaking
Yeah, Three
Bad had
Bottom
me
Problem.
hating, then loving, then hating. Yeah, of course.
Right. I
Specifically,
was like,
and
that was
Jesse.
the one. that was the one show that every character mattered. That you like, you love and you hate and you love again. Then you have you literally have a love and hate relationship with everybody. I was
Yes.
like, you bastard, what the hell? But I still like you though. I'm like, boy, I hate Joe. I hate Joe so
Like,
much.
stupid
But
Jesse, what are you
I was like,
doing? Right?
I'm like, I hate you, but I understand. But I still hate you. So it's like it puts you in your emotions in a good way. In a good way.
Mission's been busy.
Wow, building my stuff. We are 18
Mhm.
strong. Let's go.
18,
Nice.
18 people on staff is incredible.
And
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
and if you look at my other website I sent you, the Kevin's Land one,
Yeah, let me pull that one up.
yeah, you can see some more of my stuff I've been doing.
Yeah, tell us, what else have you been working? I mean, like, for real, been working on so much, but
Yeah.
walk us through here. Pioneering
So
media and entertainment.
yeah, so I was inspired.
Congratulations on that, by the way, Mission. Congratulations. Houston
Yeah,
is his
congrats.
son,
That's
by the
awesome.
way. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So Kevin's Land is I call it my media marketing powerhouse because
Mhm.
that's where I post like the interviews I'm on, and I'm also going to be working on my own podcast at some point down the line.
Yeah.
With my best friend Christina. When you see her name, Christina, up there, because she's we're both mental health advocates, so we're gonna be working on podcasts together at some point.
Yes.
And I'm also working on like some mental health magazines as well.
Yeesh.
Some mental health and horror magazines. So I'm using Canvasland as like my promotional website and marketing website in a way. So you can see more stuff of what I do. Like my other interviews, that's just a few of them. I
Yeah.
haven't put all of them up yet. Yeah. You see,
Oh, but you got the important ones on there, except for mine. Mine
yeah,
needs to be up there as well, but World at
yeah,
War is such
because yours was live, so I have to download it and put it up there.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so,
you just put a
yeah,
clip.
so right.
It's
So
like
that's
2-hour show.
right. And this is one of the pages from my upcoming mental health magazine.
Nice.
So
Everyone's narrative is in a one-way street, and we can't judge without knowing the scar beneath the surface. That's deep.
yeah. So you're going to see some of my poetry, in my magazine, and yeah, and you can go up to the top at the bar where it says Keviso Legends. That's where I spotlight artists that work with me.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That was one of the
So
things I wanted to talk about. Is so crazy that you have all these things in the works with it's all different teams pretty much, right? Do you have any
yeah,
overlapping?
yes.
A couple? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say
So
because
my soon to be, yeah.
yeah, but it's just crazy how many people you work with.
Yeah, then this is Caesar, and this is the Carlos that's on Terminus.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
recognized him.
yeah,
He's giving himself a cool scar though.
yeah,
This
yeah.
looks
Because I told him to make himself look badass, so
yeah,
that's exactly what he did.
add a scar.
And
Uh,
right,
who's this guy? Holy
this
shit.
this is the Caesar that's doing Kevi.
Why is it that see, this is the thing. All of my artists have taken stuff like this where it's like beautiful. They understand composition and lighting and
Oh yeah,
artists always take
yeah.
these amazing pictures. And then I'm
Right.
like,
Oh
here's
my god,
me.
it's so
I'm like,
cool.
"Dee, dee, 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 dee. I love spaghetti. I don't know,
Oh
and like
yeah.
here's Caesar who should be on a men's magazine. Look at
Oh
his
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
It's like my hair. We have the same hair, Caesar.
So yeah.
Roxanne?
Yeah, she's one of my friends I'm working with her on a comic too. And she had an
Mhm.
idea, but she didn't know how to write it, so she contacted me to write it with her. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
working with her on her comic and bringing it to life for her too. Yeah, so she's one of those who have an idea but doesn't know how to execute it, and so she can't
Yeah.
contacted me. She's like, I know you have a lot going on, but I have this idea. You're the one I know I can trust that can bring it out. I was like, what's it about? I I was like, girl, just tell me what you want. I don't care. Just tell me what you want, and I'll get to it when I can.
Kevin, you're one of those people where I feel like a professional brainstormer. Like if someone is stuck, if someone has writer's block, they should just be like, "Hey, Kevin, I want to bounce ideas off of you." And you're one of those guys that is just free with ideas, and it's just like, "What about this? And what about that? And what about this?" And if
Yeah,
you come up with,
that's hilarious.
yeah, I feel
Because
like
my
you should have a business doing that. Like, I'll help you get out of writer's block.
yeah, it's an idea.
Yeah.
It's an idea because that's fine. Because my other friend, she's an upcoming writer too.
Mhm.
Her name is August, and she has a baking business, but she also wants to be a writer.
Yeah.
And so she sends me like samples of her writing, and I just tweak it a bit. I was like, try it this way, and it'll be more impactful to you, whoever reads your story. And she was like, "Oh my god!"
See?
And I just give her feedback and say that's good, but tweak it this way so it won't be like a one-way street. Make it I'm like basically make your audience ask questions basically.
Yeah.
So yeah. And so
Amazing.
she contacts me to ask me about advice, and then she had her friend contact me for advice. I was like, good lord, what did I just start? I was like, but I don't mind it.
You
It's
just
really
started
fun. I was like,
something.
it's really fun. I was like, I don't mind it because it's really fun because it's always been my passion is helping people. Especially like if I see your passion, I'm going to help you. And so if I see
Yeah.
your passion and you're really serious about it, I was like, I'll help you and give you feedback, and I'll be with you along the journey.
Yeah.
As long as you don't give up, I'll work with you.
And see, that's why you're awesome, because we're all in this together, and it's so hard when you don't know what to do next. A lot of people are coming into this. There's there's no guideline, there's no handbook that they give you, like, "Welcome to comics." So you wanna be a
Right.
creator, you know what I mean? There's no set
Yeah.
path, there's a bunch of different ways to do it, and so us as a community, I think supporting each other is huge, that other people can do it, other people have done it, and they're willing to
Mhm.
help you, get there as well. I wanna catch up with the
Right.
chat. First of all, George Medina, how dare you? How dare you?
Really, George.
Breaking Bad was okay. You should fire George. You should fire him. You should fire George.
Oh
Carrie, I
man.
should be in fulfillment next month, so it's right, like maybe another couple weeks. We have to go through edit, and then I have to send it off to print. Once I have the books in hand, we will be fulfilling, but I don't estimate it's very that much far off. So sometime in November we will be fulfilling. We'll get it done. So, and I usually send things out within like once I get my books, I'm fulfilling that week, and I usually get them all done within a week. Art looks great. Mission. Hey, Mission, make sure that you put raffle. If you guys want to have a chance to win a free comic, put raffle in the chat. You could be entered into the raffle. Patiently waiting on a copy of books from Kevin and a beanie. You're getting a beanie.
Yeah, she's getting a Havoc beanie that you saw on my other website, my Campbellson website.
That's cool. Carrie, no clumsy Brit
I'm
unboxing
about to
wounded.
read it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Doesn't Vaughn I think Vaughn does have something. There's a ton of resources out there. Jared Kaufman is another one who does a daily podcast to support writers, and he'll do writing sprints on his podcast. So they'll talk for a minute, and then he'll be like, "Okay, everybody get your stuff out. You're going to write for 20 minutes." And they play music, and I
Oh
usually
wow.
fall asleep during that time because I'm not writing. I'm just like I listen to the music and pass out. Don't tell him I said that. He's not watching.
And that's the other thing that inspires me is I'm listening to music too.
Yeah.
Especially like I'm like country. I love country music, R&B.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, especially country rap like Jelly Roll. Because
Yeah.
learning his story, I was like, dude, I want to meet you so freaking bad because I love how he interacts with his fans and how he interact with people. I mean, he's legit a big teddy bear. So he's
Yeah.
not like the norm celebrity. And it's like you can legit come up to him and he'll have a big smile on his face and just hug you. I was like, dude, do you know how like you're legit a big teddy bear. You know how you can heal somebody just by a simple hug and just doing that. But you don't
Yeah.
know what could be like, what somebody could be going through. Just a simple hug like that will make somebody's day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And and my and the way I try to like be there for my friends, only in America.
Glenn, you'll have to check it out just to see what we're talking
It's,
about. Go look up Jelly Roll. He's
yeah, look
pretty.
at Jelly
I
Roll.
like it.
It's
I
really
like
good.
Jelly
It's
Roll.
really good.
I love Jelly Roll. Yeah.
Uh,
Does that redeem me for disliking Breaking Bad? Yeah.
50%.
Ah,
50%.
50% there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But like listen to
do you change the kind of music you're listening to depending on which series you're writing?
yes,
Ah,
yes. It like it depends on how dark it gets. So
yeah.
when I'm writing Terminus, I'm listening to metal.
Yep.
When I'm writing Arcfire, that's more like the Stranger Things music sound in my head.
It's what?
The Stranger Things,
Stranger Things music. Okay.
yeah, that sound in my head, like
Yeah.
when it gets like the scary moments of the show, like that kind of music. Um, their theme song that just that beat sound, like a heartbeat sound of the Stranger Things music. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's kind of so yeah. I switch between music. Like Jelly Roll is kind of like my mental health stories for my novels, and then my upcoming novels. I have Anxiety, which is about my life, about me dealing with my anxiety, my mental health, my battle between faith and science, and just like what's real and what's not, and stuff like that. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be like very open about it. And say, yes, I believe in God, but but I struggle believing at first. Because I know this is not a book trying to convert you. This is just my story telling you why I believe in God.
Right.
Because I'm like, I know everyone has their own beliefs, but this is just my story. I'm not trying to convert you. This is just how I see things and why I believe.
It's just your personal
Uh,
journey,
yeah,
and sharing your personal journey, and it could touch other people to have their own journey is all. It's
yeah.
not, yeah, you know what I mean?
That's my goal. I'm like, I just want to help somebody and let them know you're not alone.
Yeah.
And the way I like the way I check in on my friends, I write a poem for like some of my friends, just send it to them out the blue. Um, and a lot of times they text me back and say, "How did you know?" I'm just like, I felt your energy, so
Mm-hmm.
I figured you needed some encouragement. I'm an introvert, but I'm an empath, so I can feel like I pay attention to like people I care about, and so like literally recently I sent a poem to to a friend of mine, and she was like, "Dude, you sent this the moment I needed it. How did you know?" I was like, I looked at your I'm like, I was honest. I looked at your Instagram. I felt your energy. You felt off, so I sent you something.
Yeah.
And
And
she
it's
was like,
important
no.
to do
She's like,
that.
no one pays attention like that. I was like, it's just instilled in me to be observant, especially with people I care about.
And
And so
I I think that's admirable. There's so many people. We were so tuned in to our own lane. A lot of times we have blinders on, about what I have to accomplish, what's going on in my own life. And sometimes someone posts something, and it just takes a second to be like, "Hey, man, saw your post. Just thinking about you. Hope you have a good day." Takes 3 seconds. I think we should do more of that, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, because hearing about all these deaths lately, especially like potential suicides, I'm just like, can we stop hate? Like, can we stop the division and be there for each other? Like, seriously?
Yeah. And
I
I
was
think
like,
it's
it takes like
hard.
3 seconds to send a text, or a few seconds just to call somebody. I'm like, let somebody know you love them, because you never
Yeah.
know how much that could help somebody.
Right. And I think
I was
right
like,
now, and
mental health is a big thing.
yeah, and I don't talk politics on the show, but I think politics is what's feeding into this. Everybody has their own, thoughts on politics, and I don't share mine. But my point is that everything feels so divided. It feels very like it's fear mongering. You know what I mean? Like it's fear that if your candidate or whatever you believe in doesn't win, that chaos will happen. So it affects a lot of people. But honestly, it's another election, and doesn't matter who wins. We will continue. Let's be honest, right? And
Exactly.
so but it's just that feeling of fear right now that's kind of hanging over everybody because of the unknown. And that's all I'll say about that. I don't, it's like
Yeah.
I don't like talking politics, but I feel that with you, that energy that everybody is afraid and everybody is divided. And it's just like you said, takes 3 seconds to just be like, hey man, I'm thinking about you and I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not a political person. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
care I don't care who you vote for or who you
Yep.
support.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, I don't care. I was like, if you're a good person, decent person I can talk to,
Yeah.
it's like, cool, I don't care. I was like, what you want for dinner? I don't care who you support.
Right.
It's like,
Can we talk
I
about
don't
chicken
care.
nuggets? Can we please talk about chicken? You know what I mean? Like, let's not talk,
I was like,
let's skip the politics and talk about chicken
I
nuggets.
was like,
Let's do
can I
it.
tell you how bad this movie was? Because the Crow was going to waste your time.
No, I like how you went full circle there, Kevin. He was like, and the crow still sucks because it was that bad.
It's like,
I gotta throw
dude,
the chicken nuggets up there, man. Chicken nuggets.
and like the new, I just saw the new Hellboy movie, The Crooked Man.
Oh, I didn't realize that was out. Was that good?
Yeah, it was. It was actually pretty. I was actually pretty shocked. It was pretty good, but
Really?
yeah, it was like it was moments where it was dark where I could barely see anything. And it's like they should
Oh,
lighten it up just a little bit. I was like, but I was been told that this was like the most accurate to the comics. I was like, looking
okay.
at the design of this Hellboy, he does look more accurate to the comics. I'm just now reading the Hellboy comics.
I love
Um,
Hellboy.
is it the best? No. It's like no.
Yeah.
I'm like some of the CGI was questionable. And it's like that's a bit messy, but then again, CGI it doesn't come out perfect all the time. I'm like, well, it's still watchable. I love the horror element. But
Yeah.
I was like, I will say the new Hellboy, he sounded a little bit dull at times, but at the same time, when you pay attention to the tone of the movie, it makes sense why he sounds a little bit dull. And so I was like, I'm like, good visuals, like budget could have been a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
Because
hard too.
it looks like it almost like a fan made
Medina,
indie movie. Oh my
George
god.
Medina, control yourself in the chat, sir. What are you
Oh
doing?
man.
He's becoming best friends with
Uh,
Carrie because they're digging on Breaking Bad
getting
and
in trouble. Oh my god.
making friends, bringing people together. The Tuesday morning
Okay.
brew.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
please continue. I'm so sorry. So yeah,
Uh,
so
but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely rewatch that and not the Joker.
yeah.
Or the Crow. Well,
Tom
I'll
Hutchinson will
definitely.
have to take one for the team. Go for it, dude.
It's like I would definitely watch Crooked Man again. That was really good, and it actually gave me some ideas about my characters too, in a way.
Yeah.
Especially since I know that Hellboy Crooked Man was actually written by the comic creator himself. He wrote the movie.
Okay.
Oh,
See, and
I'm like, oh,
stuff like
I
that,
was
I
like,
think will is more influence for me to go see it
yeah,
than if it's like some person who wrote this has no idea. They were just like, we're gonna make another Hellboy, bring in XYZ to, I don't know, you
yeah. I
know?
found out, so he actually wrote his comic book movie because based off his comic. I was like, that's why I want to see it, and I watched it, and
Yeah.
I really liked it. And it's very interesting. I was like, huh. I mean, that's what I want to do at some point. I'm like, I want to write my own
Yeah.
comic book. I was like, I'm not letting it. I was like, unless it's somebody I trust, like you, Dennis Knight. I might let them write it. Well, I'm not gonna let just anybody write my stuff.
Right.
I was like, you don't have to everywhere. I'm not selling out to nobody. I was
And
like,
I
nope.
was just gonna say
I was
that
like,
too,
I'm
like,
keeping my IP. I'm
how do you
keeping my
get
IP.
that dream that like it's the guy that wrote the comic is writing
Mhm,
the script for the movie. We don't,
mhm.
it's like that hardly ever happens.
Right.
So
Most
it's usually
definitely.
they bring in people and ghost writers and they just change everything. And it's like that's why us as creators want to be independent. It's because like
Oh
well,
yeah.
one, they won't buy it anyway because they want that audience. We've proven that. But
Oh
two,
yeah.
it's like, don't change my story. My story is good because it's the way it is. That's what brought the audience in. If you change everything, it just piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both go to your naughty chair. You go to your naughty chair and think about dissing Breaking Bad. I'm gonna send Walter White after you because I know him
Oh.
now. I
Oh
know
no.
him. He's gonna knock.
Oh no.
He is the one who knocks.
And and as you can see by my name, That's my official holding company name. It's called Sireflix.
Sireflix? Or am I
Yeah,
getting...
yeah, it's called Sireflix.
What is
And
sire?
so the way I came up with the name is actually hilarious. Because you know how sirens are mermaids, and you know how when they use their voice like to track people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but of course, I changed the
Spelling.
spelling of it.
Mm,
But the way I was thinking, I want to sire you so we can flex together as a community.
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I want to sire you to join me to build a community so we can flex together and come together as one to help people and just be together as one.
I don't have guns.
So that's how I came up with my official LLC name and my official holding company name.
That's cool.
So called. Oh
Guys,
my god.
you guys,
Oh, oh,
we're not friends anymore,
oh no.
George. No.
But how dare you? Oh man.
Walter doesn't sound like a real name to me, George. Now you've just insulted all the Walters on the planet.
There's
That's
so
rude.
many Walters now. Oh my gosh. That is so mean.
Harry. She started the
Oh,
International Walter War.
and like I've also started to push my writing a bit too, because you know I'm always saying I'm a horror fantasy writer.
Yeah. Are you going out
Um,
of different genres? What are you doing?
yes, I am. So a couple months ago, I was hired by a big influencer.
Is it
Because she wants.
Archie?
No, not yet. Uh, not yet. This is before I met Archie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is back in March of this year.
All right, what
Sh
happened?
yeah, she's a singer, filmmaker, and she's an entrepreneur too, and she's an influencer. I was a big fan of her for like a while now, like a couple years, and
Yeah.
I've always said I would love to work with her because I love her story. I love hearing her story, and so happened I just started sharing her posts on my Instagram story, and she kept seeing them. I was like, what the crap?
That's
And
awesome.
I don't know what one story I just shared it, but I tagged her name in it. I'm like, she ain't gonna see it. And she's not gonna see it. And then she responded back to me and reposted my tag. I was like, oh stop, what the crap? And then I was like, hey, you're an inspiration to me. Would you mind if I base a character off you in my right, right. And
George is
I
drunk. He's drunk. I don't know what he's
very
talking
much
about right now. Go
very
check on
much
him,
drunk.
someone. Yeah.
Very much drunk.
It's the
And
meds, man.
Yeah, man. Stay off the meds.
yeah, definitely. And so I messaged her when she reposted when I tagged her. I said, hey, you're an
Yeah.
inspiration to me. Would you mind or would you give me permission to base a character off you because of my comic universe? I was like, I didn't think about it. I forgot I sent it hours later. I get a message saying this so and so messaged you. I was like, am I dreaming?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but would it be creepy that I be dreaming about her? Because that
It might be. We won't
I was like, I was like, you know what? Let me just open it. And it turns out she responded. I was like, holy smokes. She actually responded. And she was like, hey, do you draw your comics? Do you write your comics? I was like, I write them and have a team of artists that do the drawings.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, a couple hours later, she sends me a voice message asking me for my number because she wants to get contact and because she wanted to get into comic world. I was like, okay. It took me a
Awesome.
minute to respond back, and so I sent her my number, and then we didn't talk for a few months. She texted me, I texted back, and we stopped talking because we both got busy again, like very busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So around June, she messaged me. She said, "Hello, sir. We didn't talk about this project."
Right.
I was like, I didn't forget. We just been busy, and so that's when we started talking. I learned what story she wanted. I can't officially talk about it because I have an NDA right now.
Right.
But but I will say it's she's a Marvel. She's a comic fan all the way. She cosplays Marvel, DC, any type of comic, and so she told me she wants to get into the comic world, and she said, "Would I mind teaching her how to write comics and helping her get to?" I'm like, "Yes, I don't mind." I was like,
That's
"This not." I'm
awesome.
like, "This isn't a job for me. I don't consider this work. This is just my passion." So yes, I will have
Right.
to introduce you to the comic world And I was like, writing comic script is literally as a screenplay. You just have to make it panels and be very specific on what you want, so the artist can understand what you want.
Right.
And so months later, we're actually pages are being made now. The cover is made, and that's the only thing I can say right now until she gives me permission to talk about it.
Woo,
Maybe
this is
someday
exciting.
I'm like,
Sorry.
maybe someday, if our schedule's online, I could probably introduce you to her and see if she
Oh
can.
yeah, man.
I'm like, hey, you want to come on to my friend's podcast? They talk about comics and everything. And so I'm like,
Yeah, she can come on here. We can promote it and
yeah. So
podcast,
when
get to
she's
know her, all that good
I'm like,
stuff.
yeah, so
Introduce
she
her to the
travels.
community,
Yeah, when
right?
she travels a lot, so I'm like, if one day our schedule's Jesus, align,
Line. I got you.
align. I'm like, I have friends that does podcasts and they have multiple shows. Would you like to come on the show? I can get you in contact with Laurie, George, Pops.
Yeah.
They can get your schedule if whatever day and time works for you. And then they wish you the information on how to do this and how to get on the show.
Yeah.
So I'll be on there with you. So because you know me. So yeah. But yeah,
That's
so so
exciting.
that would be my first superhero comic. So that was a challenge. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was honest with. I'm like, I'm a horror fantasy writer, so superhero is going to be kind of tough for me because that's definitely a challenge.
I
But
feel you.
I love the story, and and she approved the rough draft and tweaked it and added. So it came from a 22 page to a 30-page script.
Okay, so it went the other way.
Yeah, right. And she said she loved it, and she had another friend read the script and said that's and her friend actually helped out too, saying that sounds a little bit too Disney and not superhero. I said, you're
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. Let me change that. And
Yep.
so I turned it from a 22 to a 30-page script, and she was blown away. And art is being done right now, and it's very exciting. And I cannot wait to get this done and get it for her. And she already asked, Joyce, I want to interview you. Oh God,
Pops is going to be starting a show where
that's
he
gonna be
interviews
fun.
characters. So not the people.
Oh
So
my
instead of
God.
Kevin being here, it would be like one of his characters from Arcfire or one of his characters from Terminus. So he would be
Yeah,
responding to questions as the character. So George, Pops wants you to come on as Duke.
that's gonna be
That
funny.
would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
This chat
And
is they're so chatty right now and they're back and forth about Breaking Bad, but someone said consequences, so I need to throw that up there too. Where is it?
uh-oh.
Consequences. God damn it, Ellie.
Oh my gosh.
So
And so she has already contacted me again. She's like, can we go ahead and start working on issue 2 and 3? I was like, I
yes,
already have ideas. I was like, I already
awesome.
have ideas.
See, and
'Cause
that answer because where I was going to go with my questioning is what's next for you? What are you working on? What's coming up in the future? So that's awesome. You
yeah,
can't tell us anything, I know, but have
no,
she released the name of the comic? Can we at least
no,
if she hasn't released it, then you can't say it, right? You
I
just can't.
can't say it.
All right,
I can't
but
say it.
soon,
I'm like,
soon.
I was like, because one, I think that'll be a very special moment because it's her comic. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just the co-writer of it. I
yeah,
would want her to announce it, make the announcement, and I
of
was like,
course.
I'm like, I'm not gonna spoil that for her.
No. I don't want you to
Um,
spoil it. It was just like if
yeah,
she had released it, we can talk
not
about it.
yet,
But if it's still
not
under
yet.
wraps, we'll just wait. We'll be
Uh,
patient. No
Yeah,
no spoilers.
she's been at yeah, she's been at Comic Cons and she has got a lot of emails from people about the comic already.
That's
And I was
amazing.
like, oh, nice. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
you got to
And
build that buzz.
oh yeah, and she already asked me about issue 2 and 3. Like, can we get started on it? I was like, yep, I have ideas. I will contact you soon about it to see what you think.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna call her today after my meeting. After my meeting I have after this. So she's gonna be like, so if she's not busy, I'm gonna call her and talk to her about issue 2 and 3. Then I have Terminus coming up 2025.
Yeah.
I have another monster mash called Favix. I don't have the cover of those just yet. Um, I'll show that next time I want to show. I'll show
Yeah.
those. Then I have Arcfire issue 2 coming soon. You saw that. Kevi
Yeah.
coming soon. You saw that. And I have a fantasy called Kevadal. Um,
It sounds
I
scary.
it's not no, it's not, no. This
It's
is not
not
a horror
creepy?
story.
I know
No,
because I know you and I know what you write. I was like, "Have it all." I was
no,
like, "This
no,
could be
no,
really bad."
no. This was actually a beautiful fantasy story.
Okay,
It's
okay. Switching
it's about
gears.
yeah, it's about magic and basically finding yourself too.
Mm.
Because this artist, she does not like horror, but she has such a beautiful, elegant, oh my god, style. I had to hire her, and the way she doing it, oh my god, I cannot wait to release that either. That I think that's about like my most favorite one I've actually doing. Because how elegant she brings it out. I was like, Jesus Christ, I was not expecting
That's cool.
that. Then I'm also I'm writing some wrestling comics,
Oh my
like some
gosh. Okay.
wrestling comics because I'm a wrestling fan. Caesar, from who's doing Cabaret, he's gonna be doing wrestling comics too.
Mhm.
Um,
You know what?
then
That's wrestling is making such a comeback in comics right now.
oh yeah,
There's
it
2
is.
other ones. There's Star Slam,
Mhm,
which is Jed I forget what's his last name, George gave it to me, and then, Pond Bros,
mhm.
and they're both I think Jed releases next week, but Pond Bros is live on Kickstarter right now too, and it's just like there's a ton of just wrestling comics coming out right now, and that's
Oh yeah.
I'm not a wrestling fan, but I'm super excited for wrestling fans because, again, I feel
Oh
like there needs to be original stories out there, and
yeah.
finally, they're just like, "Damn it, I'm gonna do it myself." So,
Oh yeah.
what's
Oh yeah.
yours geared towards?
So I have two sets of wrestling comic, two different artists.
Mhm.
One is like a luchador, wrestling.
Yeah.
That's the one Caesar doing.
Okay.
The other one,
Beautiful Caesar. That's his
right.
new name, by the way. It's Beautiful Caesar.
I'll let him know.
Yeah.
And the other one is going to be like I guess you call it American style, I guess, or
Yeah, more American style wrestling, right?
wrestling like WWE, AEW type of wrestling.
Yeah.
That's gonna be in a different by a different artist that's American. That's but yes, I'm like doing those two type of wrestling comic, and I'm also doing like a frisbee type of sport comic.
A what?
Frisbee, the sport
Frisbee?
frisbee. Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm
okay.
doing like that. That's gonna be like a fantasy sport where it's like if you meet Avatar mixing with frisbee, like Avatar Last Airbender mixing with Tron Legacy mixing with frisbee.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
so
you
I'm
know,
like
I
I'm
really like
taking
yeah, what Tron did with it's not really
yeah.
I mean, I can you even call that Frisbee? It's like life or death, but still.
Not right. But I'm saying, I'm like, but but you know
Still
how they throw
together.
how they throw the I forgot
Yeah.
what the thing's called. Well, yeah,
This
I'm like thinking about Avatar Last Ember to me, Tron Legacy mixed with frisbee sport.
I like it. No one's done that yet.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's how I how I determine my stories.
Not
If I
Frisbee golf.
frisbee call, maybe I might add that.
I don't
You
know.
never
They have
know.
a whole
You never
anime that's
know.
like golf that
Right?
is
Yeah,
legit
I was like,
golf, right? And it's supposed
yeah,
to be really good. I don't know how do you make an anime about golf, but they did. So you never know. Maybe
yeah.
Frisbee golf.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting. And
Jed Harlan,
but
thank you. He does Star
wow,
Slam,
nice.
which will be out next
And
week.
okay. And then on my novels side, I have My Anxiety. I have a horror book, Boomerang Golf wouldn't work. Nope, it would not. It would not. Well, maybe it might work. Maybe.
If the hole is
But
behind you.
right, I was like, maybe. But then my novels, I have Anxiety, which is about my life, and I have a horror book called Berkeley.
Oh my gosh. I've lost track. I've lost track of how many things you have in the
Yeah.
spinning plates up in the air.
So Berkeley is a story that's inspired by one of my friends, Katie.
Yeah.
She always says she's like, I love when you write. He's like, oh, thank you. So Berkeley is actually a reboot of my one of my old books that I took down a while ago because I hated
Yeah.
it. So it's a rehash of that story, but I'm changing the characters and everything and rerouting the direction of it. So Berkeley is about a group of friends. Because it's always a group of friends. Basically, they did something stupid in their past, and now it's coming back to haunt them.
Yes, that's how
But
it always starts.
yeah, but the twist is the demon name is Berkeley. Well, the thing is, if you say its first name, you can control it. So they
Oh,
have to find out what's its first name, and you can.
Rumpelstiltskin.
So that's like the lore I'm going to put in. It's like it goes by Berkeley, but if you figure out its first name, you can destroy it or control it.
Ooh.
So they have to find they have to go through like history,
Ooh.
like figure out the origins of Berkeley. Like who the heck is this thing, or what the heck is this thing, or like
You-
why did it? And it turns out that Berkeley is. I'm going to say that Berkeley came because you did something in your past that's pissed it off, that made it come back to from hell to get vengeance on you idiots because y'all did something that was important to it. So I'm going.
No, it's not a
So
spoiler. He's just intriguing you on the story. Come on.
I'm not. I didn't specify what thing it was. I didn't
Right.
say it came back for something that you did in your past that pissed it off.
Hmm. I
So
feel
you
like
have to
you've done
figure
some
out
research into the Key of Solomon. I really feel like you have.
maybe.
Mm.
Maybe you never know. Um,
Eh?
and then
Oh.
I know what you did last Wednesday, so I'm hunting your ass. Oh
You
my
didn't get
god.
away with it. I saw it, but I wasn't gonna. Yeah, all right, here we go. Mhm.
Oh, oh man.
Can
And
steer
then
me. Come on now.
oh my lord. Then I
Yeah,
have
I was like, "Do you want me?" Okay, here we go.
I have Jacoboni book 2 coming.
Hmm.
Um I'm mapping that out plus with the comics and stuff. So yeah. And I'm working on my own cologne and perfume.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna
You
put that
guys,
out there.
you need 17 hats, Kevin.
I've been told.
Mm.
So I'm working on cologne and perfume for
And perfume.
men and women, and then there's some that's unisex, so anybody can use it.
Oh,
So it's for everybody. So cologne for men, perfume for women, but then there's both.
I see
Then
everything.
and then I'm working on few
Energy
energy
drinks.
drinks. Yeah.
I know Kevin
Um,
keeps trying to get me to do a drink, and I'm like, dude.
I was like, you call it pale tears for a reason. You might as well
Ah,
make it a real thing.
I'm always
Jesus
like,
Christ.
look, hot sauce. And Kevin's like, and I'm like, no, just hot sauce. He's like, and a beverage drink. And I'm like, Kevin, stop. If people are
I
going
was
to
like,
start
you
asking
keep
me,
calling it, like, you keep saying you drink the pale tears. You might as well
I
sell it and
drink
make
the
a fortune.
tears of my readers. That's different. I don't share those. Those are for me to consume and laugh at your pain.
Oh my gosh. Um,
Uh,
and
Kevin, do you have all these ideas on a roll of loop? She says, do you
I
write
do.
them on a roll of toilet paper so you can just like pull and see all your own ideas? Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
I
Like
do.
when do you sleep? Not until 5 a.m. and from 5 until
When
6.
when do I sleep?
Yeah, from 5 until
What
6
time is it?
every
What
Tuesday.
time is it now? So it's 11:39. I probably won't be asleep till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Um,
Mhm.
also I tend to take naps throughout the day, so that's also why I'll be up too. So like, after this show and after the interview I have after this, then after my conversation with the influencer, I'll probably take a nap for like 3 hours.
Yeah, man. I feel
So
you.
yeah, today is a very productive day.
Do you guys
Um,
know I mean, like, Kevin knows because he's doing this, but there's so much red tape to go through to get something FDA approved for public consumption.
oh yeah,
It's
oh
yeah,
my god.
so that's why I'm like, if
Uh,
I'm gonna yeah, I'll just pay Kevin to do it. I'll just be like, "Kevin,
I
can
was
you
like,
help
but
me produce Path of the Pale Tears?"
but by the grace of God, I found a manufacturer that's already FDA
Come on, you
approved.
guys. It's Path of the Pale Ale.
Or that too. I don't wanna do
Oh,
beer. I
That's
don't wanna do
that's pretty
alcohol.
cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. But by the grace of God, I found a manufacturer that's FDI. What the hell is FDI?
It's
FDA.
FBI
Jesus
and
Christ.
FDA?
My God, I can't speak English. FDA approved, so I'm good at that. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to get my paperwork to file for like the licenses for food and
yeah.
that stuff. I was like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Somebody should just be paying me for these ideas. I'm just.
I know. Well, I'm
yeah, you
not
can make
doing
a
alcohol,
website.
man. I'm not doing FDA and the alcohol licensing. Forget that. No.
Yeah, I'm not doing alcohol either.
Mm-mm.
I'm doing energy drinks, lemonade. My sister does water actually.
Oh,
So that's how I kind of started doing beverages because my sister does the water beverage. I'm doing the other side of things.
Laurie, you know that Cos just sold his brewery.
oh man.
I know, huh? Like timing. Shit. We could have done that.
We could have done that.
Oh man. So
Um,
since she doing water, I'm gonna do like soda and energy drinks and different things.
that's cool. I love all your ideas, man. And like I really feel like brainstorming with Kevin should be a show. Like if you're stuck on an idea or if you want to come up with a new idea, Kevin can do a podcast and we just brainstorm ideas for the hour that you're on the show and it's like then you can be inspired to move forward.
Oh man,
Last
that'll be
chance for
hilarious.
everybody to join the raffle. If you're watching and you would like to be a part of the raffle to win a free comic, it's Pinocchia Volume 2 by Christian Douglas, who has been on the show a couple times talking about Pinocchia. Put raffle in the comments and we're going to push the button in about 4 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it up here for 4 minutes. If you want to be a part, you just make sure put raffle in the comments. So, so you're going to do beverage because your sister, how do you do a water company? Is it like Aquafina? Like where does she get her water supply from?
That is a good question that you have asked my sister.
Hmm. I was like,
But
where's
no,
the water?
she does alkaline water.
Oh, okay. Alkaline water. That's specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
How do you
because alkaline water is expensive because it's the most healthiest water. So of course it's expensive.
Yeah.
But her pricing, she doesn't go expensive like these corporations do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get a full pack for like what, $20 I think or less than that.
Wow.
I think so. Or something like that. But yeah, you get
Yeah.
like a full pack at a good price. And
That's
it's not the small bottles, it's some big bottles that she has. Like you get a full pack of those and you're gonna be hydrated like it's no tomorrow. When I tell you I went through like 6 to 8 bottles a day of that water,
yeah.
do you know how good my body felt? That's
That's
also
what I
why
was
I'm
gonna
like
say. Like, how does
that's
it make
also
you
why I'm wide
feel?
awake. That's also why I'm wide awake too, because that water it just flushes you out and you just feel like a complete whole different person.
Yeah.
Uh, like, but the thing is, that if you drink alkaline water, you cannot drink any other water after that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
It's
problem is that you get
like,
so used to
yeah,
that good feeling and then but
and
alkaline water is it's not like you're taking
but
caffeine and then you come down. It's like alkaline water is getting rid of all those
yeah,
extra crap that's in your body because
yeah,
everything
but
we consume makes us acidic.
exactly. Yeah, and
Sugar.
it's not like about an addiction thing, but when you drink alkaline water, if you drink another water with alkaline, it will mess up your stomach very badly.
If you do too much, yeah.
Not if you do too, I'm talking if you mix alkaline with a different water.
With a different
Like if
water?
you
Oh,
yeah, like one time I drank Aquafina after drinking alkaline because I thought it was just water, but I learned
yeah.
that there are two different things, and I drank off it. I was legit sick for an entire 2 days.
Ooh.
So that's why I'm like, when you drink alkaline water, that's the only water you can be able to drink because after that you cannot drink any other water
Yeah.
unless there's a water that can actually combine with alkaline that's actually safe, which I also found that out too. I'm like, so you have to be very careful when you drink alkaline water.
Like do some
Just
homework, people. Do some
yeah,
homework.
do not drink Aquafina if you drink alkaline because your stomach will get messed up very easily, very quickly, and
No.
you'll be sick for a minute. Not too long, like you just have to go through your body, go through the process, but it will get you will get sick if you mix that.
Yeah, don't put lemon.
I want it with a dash of lemon. You know, oh my god, I'm like alkaline water is made from lemon though.
How? Isn't lemon
Because
acidic?
this, this is what I learned when you get like take for instance if you get water from a fountain, right?
Yeah.
You get a piece of lemon and squeeze the lemon juice into the water. It's alkaline, and now the
I thought
water
it
is
would be
healthy
the
for you.
opposite. I thought it would be the
I thought
opposite.
so. I thought so too. I learned it from my sister. I was like, if you legit put lemon water into like regular water, it
Now hold
becomes
on here,
healthy.
George.
Or a little. Oh
We're
Lord,
adding
not.
gin and lemon. Or are you just making like drinks? George is also a
Okay, George.
bartender.
Okay, George needs his meds. George needs his meds. George needs his meds, guys.
Speaking of meds,
You need to
comics are
take your own
meds.
advice with your meds.
Here's some music. We're gonna play some music and we're gonna spin this wheel. Let's do Feeding the Ducks. Ready, everybody? We're gonna spin this wheel. Anybody else for raffle? All right, here we go. Ready, go. George, stop driving. Oh, Nem with the steal. I thought it was going to be Lee. Nem, congratulations. We'll be sending you this lovely copy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you, Nem. Congratulations. We can read it together. I haven't read mine yet. I've been doing things. All right, let's turn off Feeding the Ducks. No more Feeding the Ducks. You ever look at the some of the names in here are funny. Night Drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I think Cats of the Pale Rider's in there. Look. Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice.
Have you heard this?
Yes, I have. That's beautiful.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's one of those things because it's an AI track, and we're so against AI, but AI music and AI art are two. I had to have someone explain it to me because I was like, why is it okay to make AI music, but it's not okay to make AI art? Obviously, I would think no AI anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, AI music has been around for a long time. People will sell their voice to the AI software. And every time they get, it's like royalties. They get paid for when the song is made using their voice. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but that's my understanding of it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know. And I'm with the win. You the StreamYard top 5? The StreamYard top 5? Yeah. That's the top 5 chart. Yeah, acoustic channel. Acoustic cinematic. Pop dance. Dance pop. Not my favorite. Daydreaming, Feeding the Ducks is actually my favorite. I don't know why it's called that. And then Into Space. Those are your top 5, Lou.
Interesting.
So anyway, it's a good song, and it made me cry when I heard it the first time that someone had written in a song, and then I found out it was AI, and then I had mixed feelings.
Oh wow.
That's that story in a nutshell.
Yeah. And then I also have another project that I got inspired by Beetlejuice.
Oh, you did. You're going to be doing.
Yeah.
I saw that coming because when Beetlejuice was out, all of your memes and all of your responses were like Beetlejuice memes for months.
No, it's still going. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay. That was my point.
So yeah, after watching Beetlejuice, I was oh God, I was crying laughing. I was like, oh, this is so much better than The Crow. I was like, I redeemed myself. I saw something after watching The Crow.
Like Kevin stuck the knife in, he took it out and stuck it back in. Now we're twisting the knife.
They came out my birthday week. So my sister surprised me with going to see Beetlejuice. I was like, you gotta be effing kidding me. You guys taking me to see Beetlejuice. I was like, you freaking bastards. I love you. And Michael Keaton is God. I love that dude. Michael Keaton is freaking hilarious. I said, if I ever get into acting, I don't want to be a serious actor. I don't want to play characters like Beetlejuice or Terrifier. Because one, I'm like, I can improv very well. I'm like, I won't remember the script, but I can improv my butt off.
Yeah.
And like, and also my voice is very low, so I can be very creepy with my voice. I can change up my voice. So I'm like, if you ever need a leprechaun, I'm like, I volunteer as tribute. So.
Scary leprechauns. I don't like leprechauns.
Yeah, I'm like, one of my goals is to either be a killer in a horror movie or get yeeted in a horror movie.
Oh my gosh, George Medina. This has been a lot of fun, kids. I got to run. Excellent work, Kev, of course. Great show, Laurie. Thank you. Pops, I got your meds. No, you got to go get them, Pops. Lou, you always rock. Chat, hit that like button. And Bestie, Wally, who?
Oh God.
Go fired, George Medina. If I was paying you to do something, I would immediately fire you. I'll probably rehire you, but you know, I'm just that joy of firing you for saying Wally who. I would. Yeah.
Hey, how do I get a hold of Duke so I can interview him? Man?
Oh, you'll have good luck with that. Duke is contemplating life.
Come on, George, talk to me.
George has to get back to work. He can't talk right now.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. But yeah, I'm still Beetlejuice. I'm still Beetlejuice on Facebook and TikTok.
That's funny. So you know who you're talking to. You know who you're talking to. I'm gonna drop Kevin's links in the chat again. Do you have any crowdfunding that's coming up soon?
Yeah, my Kickstarter for Skin Shifter.
Yeah. When's that drop?
Yeah. It's on pre-launch, but you can literally order Skin Shifter on my website. That's why I sent you my website.
Yeah.
So right now you can just go to my website. Yeah. Go to my kelvinsel.com to actually order my books there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use my website. I see this. Yeah. But yeah, you can just easily order my books on my kelvinsel.com website, and yeah.
That's the best way.
Yep.
I am gonna look at the link for. There's a lot of Kevin Davises on there. Let's look up Skin Shifter. Sometimes I look up creator on Kickstarter just to get everything because you have so many things.
Yeah, I was just thinking see the link. Make it easier.
Is it one word? Skin Shifter.
Yeah.
There we go. Coming soon. I found it. I found it.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are following this, and I would definitely say make sure you follow the website because that looks like that's the landing place for all of these projects.
Yep, that it is.
There it is, and I'm going to notify me upon launch, please. Thank you. So I'm signed up for that as well. So there we go, people. That if you have any questions, please reach out to Kevin. Sounds like he would be a great sounding board to bounce your ideas off of and be a part of the community. Thank you all for watching, and tune in next week. Who we got next week? Oh, it's Corissa. It's Corissa. We haven't had Corissa on for a while. I think she finally got sick of being on my show.
Oh man.
Which is funny. So she is live right now on Kickstarter for her second hardcover, and we're going to go through her campaign and just hang out and have a good time. So thanks everybody for watching. Congratulations, Nem, on winning your copy. I'll be contacting Nem to get his address, ship that out. And for everybody else in the chat, be excellent to each other, kiss your babies, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Later.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.